Namaste, and I'm your host Pragati Sharma. Welcome to another episode of Candid Conversations by EdMonger, and we have another very special guest today, Mr. Tijay Gupta. He is well-known name in education industry and one of the leading edupreneurs and co-founder of Bachpan Play School. Welcome, Tijay sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Pragati ji.
So, sir, since this conversation will be we would love to know about Bachpan School, and we would love to know about your initiative, and we would love to know more about you also as a person. So, as when I was just going through Bachpan's story, the school story, obviously, I mean, as a person, I can see that Bachpan has played its role, and it's quite famous amongst parents and. You keep coming, the school keeps coming with a lot of new initiatives. But if I want to know about you and want to know about your strength as a person, what will that be? Apart from Bachpan.
Right. First of all, thank you for inviting me here. So beautiful show, Candid Conversation. So I think we'll try to be as candid as possible, and that is the theme of the show, rather than going into diving into much of the thing. So, talking about me, like I started my career while doing my graduation. Probably I compared to my graduation in 2000, and Bachpan is the core brain product of my brother, Mr. Ajay Gupta. So, initially, or from the very base side, I was a very shy person. And I was so introverted. My wife keeps saying that whether I'll talk to her or not, that's the biggest question she's going to ask. And coming into Bachpan, I feel like Bachpan or these small kids, dealing with them give you a strength of be yourself, which I think happened with me. I think we have a lot of teachers, we have a lot of principals, we have a lot of staff, which feels the same. So I think my strength comes from my work, which give me a lot of satisfaction, which give me confidence to talk to the people and to be in a show like this. And I think I feel a lot of things are happening in this last 2 years, but again and again, these kids, small children, whenever you see them in a classroom, whenever you see them on online class, and you just get the confidence that everything is coming back or something or the other. Many people have tried to change the profession these last 2 years, but I think I don't know anybody from the education industry who has done the similar, because there's a love from the parent, from the confidence from the kids that something or the better is going to happen.
Beautiful. So that means like children and the beauty of childhood is you get that
Right.
kind of happiness and you love that. Moving on to the another part of this show, Bachpan Play School is one of the leading brands in India. So many times people must have asked its story, but today I want to know is how did you conceive the idea? Some incident inspired it, or was it always there in your head when you start something like this? Or is it like sitting on a dining table and then, okay, now this idea is coming, or you found some flaw in the system? What was that one thing which just inspired you and you conceived this idea of starting a preschool chain?
We were into education since 1993-94. We started our computer education center. By 2000, 2001, if you know that at that time computer were in very bad shape, because so many universities came up, and there was a vast diversion from computer programs to MBA, and everybody wants to become that also. So at that point of time, we felt there's something which need to be done into education, and let's find out what we can do. So we have chosen a couple of things, maybe a K-12 school, maybe something like university, maybe a fashion designing institute. But when we chalked out, so we find that there are not much of the organized preschools at that point of time. I'm
So
talking
true.
about 2002, 2003. Hardly one or two chains were there. And fortunately, my niece was going into one of the preschool. They were not much organized because, of course, there was no need at that any point of time. I'm saying that they were doing good. I won't name them, but they were doing good, but not that well organized. So we thought that there is a gap into this kind of system, and if we do even an average of work, we can do some wonders.
Mhm.
So to be honest, we never thought we will touch a number of 1,200 schools. We
Yeah.
thought once we started in 2004, we thought even if we get 200, 300 schools in the next 5, 7 years, that would be a big kind of achievement. But we got very good response from the market. Initial years were very tough from 2004 to 2009, 10 were very tough. By 2010, 11, people felt confidence in us that this is a good brand. We were doing work. We increased our manpower. We increased everything what is required into a business. And interestingly, I'll tell you one interesting thing. We started from tier 5, tier 4 kind of cities.
Mhm.
If maybe a company is coming, they start from tier 1, maybe Delhi, Bangalore, Mumbai. Initially, 5, 7 years, we didn't have a single school in Mumbai or in Bangalore. But
Okay.
we have schools in rural part of Punjab, in rural part of Haryana or UP or Bihar. But that gave us a lot of confidence that even in the small cities, parents are willing to pay a good amount of money, or if they are accepting a preschool, which is difficult because the child is 2 years old, 3 years old. And way back in 14, 15 years way back, people were thinking, "यार, बच्चे को स्कूल में भेजने की क्या जरूरत है, फॉर्मल में चला
Absolutely.
जाएगा." So
Yes,
there
yes.
was a thought at that point of time, or maybe the grandparents always used to say, "There's no need of sending a 2 year child to a school, 3 year child to the school. ये तो बच्चे के खेलने कूदने के दिन है." So I think that was a point we felt like now people are accepting us. It's a good thing that we get the opportunity, and by 2004 to 7 we got 100 schools, and by 2010 we completed 500 schools.
Oh.
From there, like, we got a confidence, and then we built up another chain which with the name of Academic Heights Public School,
Mm-hmm.
which is a K-12 school. So it's
Okay.
almost like 10 years we are running K-12 school also. We have 110 school for K-12 also, and last year we started our university.
Mhm.
So our journey of PG to PG, playgroup to post graduation, was actually completed last year. But yes, there's a lot to achieve. Anything and everything can be done into the education sector, and I think these 2 years have taught us a lot of things which can be
Lot of
done in the
things.
years.
I think Corona has pushed us 10 years ahead of our time, what we were thinking, because bringing any change into the system takes a lot of time. But due to COVID, we were forced to take those changes and
Talking about
accept it.
institute, I'll take just 1 minute. It's
Uh-huh.
India's
Absolutely.
first inclusive
We would love to
university.
know.
It's India's first inclusive university. We started during, unfortunately, we got the permission during COVID last year. We got the permission. We got the permission in May, but now it's almost a year. We have close to 150 students, and believe me, we are running some of the most what we can say differential programs in the industry. For example, we are creating leaders. For leader, I mean to say we are creating politicians. We have a program where we are creating politicians. We are creating government servants. Where we are creating the training behind the IAS programs, all those things we are doing. So it's a kind of different university. We don't want to go into the numbers, rather than we want to do something which is beneficial for the society. I know this is a very common line. People keep hearing that हम society के लिए कुछ करना चाहते हैं, but frankly, our programs are not regular programs. They are above and over a normal common language program. What we see is the practical approach which we want to go with Rishi university. Even after 5, 7 years, our plan is to take only 400, 500 students rather than going for 2,000 or 3,000 students. So we want to run specialized kinds of programs so that after 10 years, 20 years, university will be known from its legacy rather than from the numbers. So that is
Oh,
what the concept
great.
is.
So, to the viewers, I also want to say that I'm an ardent follower of Rishiwood University and the posts which keep coming on LinkedIn through Rishiwood University. And believe me when I say this, uh, whenever I have read some kind of opening or some kind of like today's the launch of, I was reading one of the posts where it was saying there's a launch of water entrepreneurship, and I was like, wow, somebody is thinking beyond the book, somebody is thinking beyond just academics, because academics is going to follow once you start doing practical things. So that was beautiful. And there's a lot of initiative which university keeps taking. So I am a big fan and a follower of Rishiud University, I will say. And I wish you all the best for all the endeavors you have for Rishiud. Moving on to the next part of the conversation. Sir, I know when we say that change school or things are not very easy. You, as you said, it was very difficult to, but you got the confidence boosted up after establishing 400 to 500 centers. So can you just give some kind of challenges which you have faced while establishing the chain business?
First was the acceptability of a preschool among the parents. I told you we started at a very young age of 2004-5. At that time, preschool industry was very difficult. Now it's a very easy. Everybody knows about the impact of preschool and what is why preschool is required. So I think acceptability of a preschool, not as a brand, but as a industry,
Yeah,
the acceptability.
overall.
Second challenge is the criteria of selecting a franchisee again was a difficult part because look, we are into education and we need, we are into the responsibility of getting the student trained, and that too the parent is trusting us. He's leaving his or her daughter, son of 2 years, 2.5 years. So we need responsible franchisee holders. So the selection criteria was very difficult. So I think finding those kind of budding entrepreneurs which are not after money, in fact, which is looking something kind of reputed business and which is something kind of safe environment kind of thing. So I think finding a right franchisee partner was again very difficult, but now it has gone easy because internet reaches, so you know what exactly you need. At
Mhm.
initial days, it was very difficult. Third, look, why franchising is difficult in India? I don't know whether we have this question or not. Maybe I'm asking it right now. Why franchising is difficult in India? Because franchising, when you go to US, UK, people know what a brand name can do. But in India, franchising only means about creating a setup.
Mhm.
Brand name is something different, but if you have a huge setup, if you have something lavish kind of interiors, lavish kind of classrooms, that is what the schooling means nowadays. So Bachpan is not that kind of school, frankly speaking. We are into tier 4, tier 5, tier 3 kind of cities. We are setting up a preschool means simply a candid school, frankly, where a child can come and enjoy his Bachpan or his childhood. That was the concept of Bachpan, keeping a name like Bachpan, the childhood.
Mhm.
So we hadn't made us very tough. We are not a five-star property where you come और आपको सोचना पड़ेगा कि how to have a breakfast, how to have a dinner. We are a very kind of a very two-star, three-star kind of school where a child can come or a parent can and easily spend his 3 hours, 4 hours, and maybe get 30, 40% learning, 50% learning for his real life. Whenever somebody asks what is the difference between you, or generally when the parent comes to the counselor, we have heard this so many times, how we are going to learn how a child rhymes story, or when my child is going to speak in English, when my child is going to write
Mhm.
something. So look, I have simply have a diplomatic answer for that. My job is not to make a child engineer, doctor, or a pilot. My child is to make my job is to make a child ready for his future life. Whenever after 2 years, 3 years passes a school and he's going to a formal school, he should know how to finish his food. He should know how to write his notebook. He should know how to keep his bag. He should know how to use a washroom. So my job is to make a child responsible for his future life. So of course, all these are challenges in terms of parent expectation, in terms of setup, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of quality of education. These are the quite a big challenges which anybody should face, and any chain would face during his initial days. But fortunately, we have passed those tests in flying colors, and now people trust us blindly. Frankly speaking, 60-70% of the parents comes to Bachpan uh, with just 100% ready. They are ready. They know Bachpan. They just take the money. They just pay the fees, and even they didn't ask many of the questions. So The bad part is that nowadays counselor hasn't have to face those kind of tough questions or those kind of tests which should be there. But yes, that's the beauty of a brand name. Now, as we have already built up, I think the job has become quite an easy. But yes, initial days these were quite a big
It
challenge.
was, it was. And I'm certainly sure that it must be, sometimes it must be a nightmare. Okay, tomorrow what we are going to do about this or that. There's so many things I know. And running a business is not that easy. It seems very easy on Shark Tank, but it is not like that. So, yeah. So, sir, if I really want to know about, since you have talked about branding and things, so I want to know about if you can suggest two things to our viewers that how they can create a brand, because I am sure that there are so many people now who want to come into the industry or want to create a brand. Two suggestion for all those people who are listening to us.
Leave everything for a brand. Leave your sleep, leave your time, leave your worries, leave. Just keep yourself to the brand and stick to it. And at least give yourself 2 3 years for that. And don't run after money for a brand. Just simply, if you create a brand, you will get. Don't run after money. That is what I'm trying to say. What people are doing right now, like just create a brand. After 6 months, you want funding, or you go to any investor, or I'll sell the brand to the investor. So it needs 3 years, 4 years, 5 years minimum to build up a brand. If you build up a brand, money will automatically come. So first thing is that don't run after money. Second thing is that if you want to make a brand, run after it, run it properly, run fast, run for a longer duration. I mean to say it's not a 100-meter race, it's a 10,000, 20,000 meter, maybe a 1 lakh kilometer kind of
Marathon.
race, and a marathon. And that marathon is again for 4 5 days continuously, because we have felt that it took us years to create a brand, and with one bad review on Facebook or Instagram, the brand got dampened already. And believe me, we have close to 1.5 lakh parents, and still we are enjoying 4.8, 4.9 kind of rating on most of the platform. I feel we are doing good because that's quite a fair kind of rating. So again, to create that kind of brand, you need passion, you need time, and of course, every day something new. Every day, every day.
I mean, now since I've seen you as an ambassador to early childhood, and what, according to you, and an NEP has come into picture from 2 years. So, what, according to you, is missing in NEP about early childhood, or you suggest that there can be something done for it?
Overall, NEP is good in terms of preschooling. We're talking about first time in these so many years we have got any kind of recognition. Maybe the ECC word has come up now. At least our parents know this. At least we know this, because like look at a simple example. Post COVID, most of the school have started, and there's a notification in the newspaper that school is starting from class 1 to 12. So when the school is starting from 1st to 12th, it automatically means that you can start a nursery school. And same way, when they were closed down, it was simply quoted that school were closed for class 1 to 12th. So technically, what I'm trying to say, neither we were closed, neither we were opened officially, because there was no term there. But now with NAP, yes, we have a term, we have a definition, which is good. So I think our government has realized that yes, there is an industry beyond it, and there is a need beyond it. So I think that's the first part which I like about NAP. Going back, there could be so many changes which can be done. Probably, I feel India, the only problem with India is that we are not organized, right? Why? Every state is following a different curriculum. Every state is putting up their own books. Every state is putting up their own norms for setting up a school. Why don't we have something standardized for an education institute? Why don't we have standard policy for a state, be it a preschool, be it a formal school, be it a, if you have a standardized policy, look at the impact. I'm in Delhi. If I'm shifting to Mumbai, my child can get same kind of education, same kind of curriculum, same, but it is actually not happening. And in preschool, though we don't have any defined kind of curriculum.
Absolutely.
Everybody is making his own kind of khichdi. And again, the child or the parents face this fact that every school is different. If you're shifting from one place to another, it's very difficult for to make a child ready for the school. And believe me, the problem is again, I'll say 2.5 3 year child where they don't know anything. Just look at a small picture. 3 3 months or 6 6 months, a child is getting transferred. how they will adjust with the curriculum. It's already a difficult part for them to get with the teacher because it's a new phase for them. So I think probably I miss the standardized curriculum for preschooling. Maybe in the years to come, government may realize this kind of fact. And secondly, what I miss is maybe government can set up a standardized training institute within themselves, again with a standardized curriculum or training institute. Same kind of teachers can be operated all across India. And if there's a fixed curriculum and standardized training, these are the two things for any business.
Well said that there can be a standardization for the preschools, and yes, so many things, because whenever we talk about it's first to grade 1, 2 and onwards they decide everything. But yes, preschools, they have talked few things, not everything. There can be a little more improvement as you suggested. Perfectly fine. So sir, now it's the fun part of the evening and I would like to know one sentence which you will speak if I want to convert it as a quote.
Don't run after money, run after your passion.
Okay, great. Now we are going to do a small rapid fire round and you have to just answer quickly as it's rapid fire. So where can I find you on a weekday after 6 p.m?
At my house.
What technology is going to change preschool business?
Probably a simple gadget, a friendly gadget for kids, which they can operate.
Okay. Where do you want to go if I give you a time machine?
Very difficult. Of course, I like to see probably where I was born 200 years ago, 300 years ago.
So you believe in reincarnation. Beautiful. Okay, on a lazy Sunday, sleep or outing, what will you prefer?
Outing.
Book or documentary?
Documentary.
Power, fame, money, arrange them in an order you prefer.
Fame, fame, fame.
Most fun activity you do with your family?
Playing cards or cycling.
Last thing you have liked on social media?
Probably my picture only.
That is good. I mean, I also do it. The moment I upload something, I like it first. मेरे को बहुत पसंद है ये.
If you haven't liked it, why will other people will like it?
Yeah, true. So it was totally fun having this conversation with you, and we got to know a lot about you and Bachpan, the story and things, and we will keep coming back to you for more information, for more such things. And thank you viewers for your time. And this was Candid Conversation with Mr. Tijay Gupta. And I would just request you all to please go and visit Rishi Hood University and Bachpan Play School website. It has got beautiful programs for the students, and you will really know that they are doing not just a regular thing, but beyond regular. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you.